I got some breaking news.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Go for it.
Yeah, do you want me to do this right now or later?
Hey, rock out, man.
And this is true.
Because I definitely got it as well. Yeah, go for it.
Adam Schefter reports. Hold on. Cardinals Pro Bowl wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is being suspended 6 games for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing drug policy.
Yeah, man.
League sources tell ESPN.
Definitely interesting right there, man. To give context in terms of the PEDs, it's a wide range and it's a lot of, ways that could happen, whether it is, him doing it intentionally or unintentionally. The way the NFL handles it, they don't care. And what I mean is this. So when you take supplements, right, they all have a label on them, but just because it's printed on the label, it doesn't mean that it has to be 100% all the ingredients in that supplement. And they tell you at the same time, when you're going to use supplements, kind of use them at your own, risk. But you typically find people that you trust and you do that way. That's why we don't really do a lot of the GNC and stuff like that, just because like, hey, the label might say this isn't in there, but you could test hot for something. And the NFL's tolerance with
GNC sells stuff that NFL will test for.
Yeah, absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, because it's not, and it's crazy. It won't always necessarily be this is da 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 da. It could just be a portion of that in there, but if it's in your sample, then they're like, yo, it's a PED. And that's just how they've always done it. So I know initially when you hear the PED, you're like, yo, this dude's juicing, da 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 da. Some guys, yes. But I'm just saying, in the context of this, don't just jump there right away without us at least, I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm just saying in general, in terms of like the reaction to it, because I have known guys that have tested positive and it's like, bro, I've seen that. Like, it looks normal. We checked the label and everything. And even then, when you call the PA, they're like, yeah, I know everything looked good on it. But at the same time, it's not meant, like, it's not a law that they have to have the accurate description on everything like that. So that could possibly be part of this, man. But I'm definitely surprised by that, man.
My guess it's something to do with the injury.
It could be, man. It could be.
I wouldn't think he's like juicing.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's skinny as hell. Yeah. Unless maybe he's trying to have that Barry Bonds type of career. Barry Bonds skinny as hell with the Pirates, gets to the Giants.
Head got big.
So maybe that was D-Hop. He wants his second half of his career to be huge.
I heard unofficially what it was. They got him tested. They made him pop. Absolutely.
No, his hands are huge.
See?
You think he's been using hand stents since he was a kid?
That's what was going on. And they just started testing for it because Kenny made it more, prominent. Kenny was talking about how his hand went from here to here, and they was like, bro, what is this? And he was like, oh, it's handstands. And because he was coming into the league, they couldn't do that to him. But D-Hop, because he's been in the league, they was like, let's test for this handstands. Who else got some handstands out here? Right. And that's what happened, bro.
It's like when a kicker makes a 60-yard field goal.
Come on now.
They get tested the next day.
Uh-huh.
So they saw Kenny get into the league. They're hearing about this product, handstands.
We can't get him?
Who has the biggest hands in the league?
Come on.
Because there has to be 1 or 2 guys that have used it up to this point.
That's how it always happens.
Maybe it was Hopkins.
Man. That's how it always happens, baby. See, you thought I was making this up, man. I'm telling you, bro. And I bet you ain't checked that label twice.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I've dabbled in it. Dabbled a little bit.
Dabbled a little bit?
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
It happens, man.
Unless you're testing for drugs for the show.
No, we're good. We're good. Listen, I don't want to be the pot calling the kettle black. If I test you for anything, man, I know I'm double that. All right, so maybe even triple that, maybe quadruple that if we're being frank about it. Okay, so yes, this is zero test policy over here. All right,
that's interesting. This has been a while. Yeah. Big name. The last one I can remember is Edelman.
Yeah, I guess you might be right.
Performance enhancing. I mean, Bell was weed and stuff.
Weed, yeah, and
obviously Bryant Weed, Josh Gordon,
and Ridley was betting on games.
Right.
So yeah, this. Well, no. Baltimore had a guy too. They had a tight end. He was suspended but he was nowhere near.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the names.
Yeah, he was nowhere near that name.
6 games. I wonder if he's gonna appeal. How that'll work. 'Cause I don't even think Edelman was able to appeal.
Most of the time, you can't. It's just one of those, if it's in your system, that's just their hard stance on it. Kind of like with the with marijuana, right? For the longest time. Now, obviously, they've changed those policies over the past couple of years, but for the longest time, it was if you test positive, first one, nobody knows about. Second one, your team knows about it. You got to get tested around the year. Third one, now the public knows about it. Fourth one, now you're suspended. Fifth, and so forth and so forth. So with PEDs, it's a similar approach in terms of like, hey, this is our fine list. This is how we structure it, and there's really no appealing. It's no, oh well, it's not this much or that much. It's like, yo, is it in your system? Yes or no? And that's kind of how they operate with it. So
Marquise Brown, wide receiver 1.
Jeez,
that's what Schefter says.
Him and Juju, man, they got the surprise of a lifetime.
Yeah,
they thought they was gonna have help, and then it was like, oh no, you're the guy. Have fun.
Schefter says it adds more insight into the Cardinals draft day trade for former Ravens receiver Marquise Brown. I hope Hopkins suspension isn't the reason they traded for Marquise Brown.
There's no way.
I really hope.
There's no way. Hey, that's just
bad business.
That's just us sounding like, oh, let's put this 2 and 2 together, but it's no way, bro.